everyone. First of all, thank you for being here. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you've probably been wondering what happened to her. Why did she stop posting? Is she still even fasting? Well, today I'm finally ready to answer those questions. This video is probably the most personal one I've ever made because I'm going to share exactly what happened to me, where I've been, and why this channel is about to begin a brand new chapter. If you've been following me from the beginning, you know I documented my fasting journey. Back then, I truly believed that fasting was going to be the answer to all my health problems. And to be honest, I still believe fasting has many health benefits. It's been proven for years. But I also learned something that completely changed my perspective. I'll explain that in a minute. Many of you remember my longest fast. Back in 2020, I completed a 100-day water fast. That video is still the most viewed video on my channel. Then later on, I completed another extended water fast that lasted for 28 days. People still leave comments asking me, how did you do it? What did you learn? Would you do it again? At the time, I was incredibly proud of those accomplishments. I had proven to myself that I had tremendous willpower. After all, how many people can honestly say they went 100 days without eating? Sometimes I joke that I'm a little strange because somehow I could fast for 100 whole days. But I struggled to stay consistent with healthy eating afterwards. Isn't that ironic? The truth is, by the end of my last 28-day fast, I felt terrible. I was physically exhausted, so tired. My energy was gone. My body was telling me that something wasn't right. But at the time, I didn't really want to admit it. Looking back now, I realized something very important. I wanted to believe that one more long fast would fix everything. The problem, my problem wasn't the fasting. My problem was what happened after the fasting every single time. I would complete a long fast, and I've done that many times. I'd lose weight, I'd feel motivated, I'd feel like I had a fresh start. But then, little by little, old habits came back. One cheat meal became two. One weekend became a month. And I would tell myself, I'll start again Monday. I'll get back on track tomorrow, and so on. Have you ever done that? Because I certainly have, over and over and over again. I wasn't creating a lifestyle. I was trying to use fasting actually to erase years of unhealthy eating. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. And eventually, my body paid the price. Over the last few years, my health slowly got worse. I developed type 2 diabetes. My blood sugar became dangerously high. Looking back, it explains why I felt so awful all the time. I had very little energy. My body acted all the time, and inflammation became a daily reality. Some days, simply walking was very painful, so painful. Then came one of the hardest parts. I started developing diabetic neuropathy. If you've ever experienced nerve pain, let me tell you, you know how it's hard to describe. The burning, the tingling, the numbness, and it even sometimes felt like my feet didn't belong to me. And as a nurse, I know exactly what diabetes could do to people. I've cared for patients living with its complication, amputation, and so on. But knowing it professionally and living it yourself, those are two completely different experiences. Eventually, I became discouraged. I thought maybe surgery was the answer. So I began the process for a gastric bypass surgery. I completed all the evaluations. I met with all the specialists. And here in Quebec, the waiting list for the public healthcare waiting list for a surgery is estimated at 5 years. Very long, a very long time. So I made the difficult decision to pay 18K for a private surgeon. So I was preparing for surgery, and I truly believed this would finally be my fresh start. But then everything changed. My surgeon told me they couldn't operate. My HbA1c, which measures your average blood sugar over the previous 2 or 3 months, it was simply too high. And the surgeon told me that it wasn't safe to operate. I remember feeling devastated. I had put so much hope into that surgery, and I questioned everything. But after some time, something changed inside me. For me personally, it became like some kind of wake up call. As a Christian, I felt that God was gently telling me, there is another path. Before changing your stomach or cutting parts of your body, change your lifestyle. So, whether you share my faith or not, that moment completely changed the direction of my life. And instead of searching for another quick fix, as I used to do, I decided I needed to become the kind of person who could make healthy choice every single day. Not for 30 days, not until I reached a goal weight, not until I fit into a certain dress size, but for the rest of my life. And that's why this channel is changing. But don't worry, I'm not abandoning fasting. I still believe fasting has so much benefits, but I no longer believe that extremely long water fasts are the solution for me. Instead, I'm choosing simplicity. My plan is to practice a shorter fasting period, mostly 1 meal a day, OMAD. But my biggest focus is something else. What I want to do, I want to eliminate carbohydrate because managing my diabetes has become my number one priority. I've decided to commit to a strict carnivore diet. And for those who don't know, the carnivore diet is exactly what it sounds like. You eat animal foods, mostly meat. And meat contains virtually no carbohydrates, so the diet is naturally very low in carbs. And because carbohydrates have the greatest effect on blood sugar, I'm curious to see how this way of eating affect my health, especially my HbA1c. Now, let me confess something. This isn't my first attempt, not even close. I've been over the years what I call carnivore-ish. I would eat meat. I would eat mostly meat, but then I'd add heavy cream to my coffee, then cheese, then maybe a little something else. Then, before long, I wasn't really carnivore anymore. I had fallen off the wagon again. Then came my favorite sentence: I'll start Monday. Can anybody relate? I know I can't be the only one. And what's funny is I had enough discipline to fast for 100 days. But somehow I struggled with the consistency afterwards. Human beings are complicated, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. Another challenge for me has been dairy. I don't really care about cheese like many in the carnivore community, but I absolutely love heavy cream and Splenda in my coffee. I drink 1 cup before my night shift. Many people following the carnivore diet find dairy works well for them, while others discover it slows their progress. And for me, I am interested in seeing how my body responds if I remove it for a while. Well, if I can, we'll see. And then there's my biggest confession: Diet Dr. Pepper. I absolutely love it. Actually, I love diet soda in general. Giving it up has been one of the hardest parts of this journey. Even though these drinks don't contain sugar, I personally find they keep my sweet craving alive. One craving becomes one excuse, one excuse becomes one cheat, one cheat becomes getting completely off track. Some physicians in the carnivore and low carb in general community, such as Dr. Kenberry, also discuss the possibility that artificial sweetener may affect appetite or insulin response in some people. But the research is still evolving. I'll share more about that in another video maybe, because it is a fascinating topic. Tell me in the comment if you need me to, if you want me to make a video about that. Over the past few years, I've learned something that I wish I had understood much earlier. There is no magic fast. There is no magic diet. There is no surgery that can replace the small decisions we make every single day. Health isn't built in one heroic moment. It's built in ordinary moments. One meal, one decision, one day at a time. So here's what I'm committing to. I'm not chasing perfection anymore. I'm chasing consistency. I'm not trying to impress anyone with another record breaking fast. I'm just trying to heal. I want to lower my HbA1c. I want to improve my blood sugar, obviously. I want to reduce my inflammation, and I want my feet to hurt less. Not to hurt at all, actually. I want to walk comfortably again, and I want more energy, and I want basically to enjoy my life with my husband and my daughters. But most of all, I want to glorify God by taking better care of the body He's entrusted to me. And I want to invite you to come along for the journey. I'm not presenting myself as an expert, far from it. I'm not promising miracles. I'm simply sharing my life. The victories, the failures, the weigh ins, the blood work, the challenges, the lessons, everything. Over the next several months, I'll be documenting my carnivore and eventually OMAD carnivore journey. You'll see my weight change, hopefully. You'll see my HbA1c results. You'll hear about my neuropathy, my energy, my cravings, the good days, the difficult days, and yes, the days when I don't get it right. Because this isn't about pretending to be perfect, it's about becoming healthier one day at a time. If you're struggling with obesity or type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance or food addiction, or if you're simply tired of starting over, I hope you'll join me. Maybe our stories are more similar than we realize. So, if even one person watching this decides to take the first step towards improving their health because of this video, then sharing my story will have been worth it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to follow this new chapter, I'd love for you to subscribe or leave a comment and tell me where you are in your own health journey. No matter where you are starting from, today can be your day one. Thank you for being here, and God bless you. I'll see you in the next video.